Hi, I'm Emil Kabibultesar, and today we're going to talk about important similarities and differences of DNA and RNA. But first, what is DNA? DNA is the hereditary material in humans and almost all other organisms. DNA is a molecule composed of two polynucleotide chains that coil around each other to form a double helix, carrying genetic information for the development, functioning, growth, and reproduction of all known organisms. How is DNA important to our body? DNA is pivotal to our growth, reproduction, and health. It contains the instruction necessary for your cells to produce proteins that affect many different processes and functions in your body. DNA contains all the information needed to make you, you. Next is, what is RNA? RNA is a molecule similar to DNA. Unlike DNA, RNA is single-stranded. An RNA strand has a backbone made of alternating sugar ribose and phosphate groups. Next is, what is the importance of RNA? RNA in one form or another touches nearly everything in a cell. RNA carries out a broad range of functions, from translating genetic information into the molecular machines and structures of the cell to regulate the activity of genes during development, cellular differentiation, and changing environments. Next is the similarities of DNA and RNA. First is both DNA and RNA store genetic information. Next, DNA and RNA are both large biological polymers. Next, both DNA and RNA consist of sugar, nitrogenous bases, and a phosphate backbone. Next is, on both molecules, guanine and cytosine pair with each other. Next, complementary base pairs are connected by hydrogen bonding. Next is two hydrogen bond from between adenine and either thymine or uracil, while three hydrogen bonds from between cytosine and guanine. Next is the differences of DNA and RNA. First is DNA contains the sugar deoxyribose, while RNA contains the sugar ribose. The only difference between ribose and deoxyribose is that ribose has one more OH group than deoxyribose, which has H attached to the second carbon in the ring. Next is the DNA is a double-stranded molecule, while RNA is a single-stranded molecule. Next is DNA and RNA perform different functions in humans. DNA is responsible for storing and transferring genetic information, while RNA directly codes for amino acids and acts as a messenger between DNA and ribosomes to make proteins.
Created using Powtoon.